Tyrus did what no one expected. He went straight after the view, and chaos erupted instantly. Not even Whoopi Goldberg could hide her shock. It was like a lightning bolt striking a perfectly set table. Cups rattled, expressions froze, and the whole studio tilted from calm to stunned in seconds. Nervous laughter and disbelief filled the room. One line landed so hard. Whoopi's reaction said it all. This wasn't just bold, it was a mix of comedy and pure disruption. Could a single moment really shake the view this thoroughly?
Sunny Hostin never stops, ripping on the cops. View co-host Sunny Hostin says she introduced her son to the police ahead of time so they don't harass him for jogging in her all-white neighborhood. Roll it, Elvis.
As a mother of black children, I know that black boys are not given the presumption of innocence and the presumption of youth. I have had to be in the position where I have gone to my local police department because I know my son is going to be training for the Junior Olympics, running around the neighborhood in an all-white neighborhood, and I have brought him to the police and said, he belongs to me, this is my son, do not harass him, do not stop him.
Amazing. A typical Democrat moving to an all-white neighborhood, then bitching about racism. Hey, lady, there's a reason you live in that all-white neighborhood. You picked the safest place for you and your family. Now you're ragging on the cops. If you want to relocate to the south side of Chicago, it's a buyer's market. Sadly there, your son will train by running from gunfire and not from the cops.
If you're loving this breakdown, hit subscribe before we dive deeper. That morning on The View started like any other. 5 voices overlapping, coffee cups jittering in anticipation, and Whoopi looking like she'd seen it all more than once. The tension was already palpable before the cameras even rolled. Then Tyrus entered the conversation, not physically, but through his words, delivered like a truth bomb that sliced through pride, overblown theatrics, and fragile egos in a single strike.
Junior Olympics, don't you run on like a track?
Do you know what? I gotta tell you, this story should have been the lead. Yeah. I'm thinking about it, all the things that we're talking about. It has everything. It's like a freaking hoax. She just lies.
It seems like a lie. Smollett classic.
Yes, this is a Smollett. It's a Smollett number 9. She got it off the menu. It's amazing. I might have to talk about this all day tomorrow.
He didn't shout. He didn't perform. Tyrus stayed calm, collected, and in complete control. Each word landed with that quiet confidence of someone who's been here before. And that, more than anything, shook the view. When Tyrus speaks, he doesn't chase drama, he makes the drama chase him. The takedown was silent, precise, and devastatingly effective.
Right.
Yeah, her ancestors owned slaves. She has to play up this I am a target of oppression so she can remain on a credentialed level with other blacks.
No, stop it, Greg. She was lying through her teeth. She's full of the cops are just in a group sitting around drinking coffee. Hey, police, this is my kid. You see him running around, you leave him alone, and you got to deal with me. And they're like, oh, it's Sonny. Yes, ma'am. And then the one cop was like, nah. And they're like, put it away. Put the baton away, Johnson.
And the View reacted exactly as predicted, lunging at him like a bad idea that just wouldn't die. Disorder has become the show's trademark. Constant interruptions, clashing opinions, and dramatic breaking moments that rarely change anything. It's less discussion and more an emotional wrestling match, WWE energy, coffee cups flying, and logic nowhere in sight. Predictable chaos, every single time.
That's not what I read. The true sign of the apocalypse is someone that dumb has a law degree. Worse, if your name has the word sun in it, there's no excuse for not knowing how an eclipse works. But it's no surprise that Joy is the one who understands science. She's been on the science diet for years.
No, nothing really comes to mind. I was like, shing. Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be. This should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last. They called him Hitler. They call these things. America rejected them, and instead of coming back and saying we lied, they instead are now doubling down. So let her keep doing it, because if she keeps that up, we're going to keep getting the Senate and probably the House and the White House, because people see right through your lies. So keep doing what you're doing. Game ball.
Then there's Whoopi, the fearless ringmaster in the center of the storm. Calm until someone questions her authority, then the composure vanishes in an instant. That signature stare, sharp enough to freeze a room midair, is pure power. Iconic, commanding, and unmistakably Whoopi at full force.
Hostin's obsession with race gets thrown back in her face. Today's video comes to us from sunny Hostin. Sounds like a town. We're in sunny Hostin. She was on PBS's Finding Your Roots, a show dedicated to researching celebrity ancestry. For context, Sunny is a staunch supporter of reparations and has made a fortune spewing nonsense about white privilege and racial justice. Well, turns out she's not as oppressed as she claims she is. She's actually the descendant of slave owners.
Tyrus saw through it immediately. Calm, composed, and unflinching, he called out the contradictions like someone who already knew the ending. He pointed out how the show preaches unity one moment and sows division the next. His delivery was sharp, fearless, and packed with truth, the kind of reality check the panel wasn't prepared to handle.
Sure, all that, and the price of butter. Sunny gets the game ball. If it wasn't for her, asking that question, it might have been a closer election. But when nothing really comes to mind, I was like, cha-ching. Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be. This should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last. They call them Hitler, they call these things. America rejected them. And instead of coming back and saying, we lied,
The brilliance wasn't in yelling, it was in how he said it. No theatrics, just humor and clarity cutting through the noise. While the panel acted like guardians of modern wisdom, Tyrus treated their seriousness like a sketch gone off script. He essentially asked the question every viewer was thinking, is this really what counts as conversation now? The irony was brutal. The View claims to foster reasoned debate, yet it often plays out like a chaotic group chat. Tyrus exposed the pattern. Discussion is fine, as long as everyone agrees. Disagree, and suddenly it's dangerous territory. He didn't need volume, his calm alone carried the weight, leaving Whoopi visibly unsettled.
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
Tyrus carried the air of someone who's seen it all and refuses to be dragged into manufactured chaos. It was as if he silently said, "You can't shake me, I'm already above the circus." That quiet authority rattled Whoopi, blending disbelief with authority. His power was in precision. No yelling, no mockery, just unflinching honesty. He popped the balloon of overblown theatrics with a single, measured remark. The show's endless arguments, framed as earth-shattering insight, suddenly looked like brunchtime chatter quoting social media posts. Tyrus didn't attack Whoopi, he revealed the show itself, exposing how volume is often mistaken for wisdom.
Brains are small, but who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa? Perhaps it's Sunny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now The View could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass doesn't shatter. So instead, let's check out this clip from Monday's episode of The View when the ladies put their science caps on and discussed the solar eclipse.
The internet went wild. Some said Tyrus had crossed a line. Others hailed him as a hero for saying what everyone else only whispers. The irony. The View proved his point live, unplanned. The next episode saw the panel dive straight into victim mode, spinning criticism into its own dramatic arc. Logic contorted itself to fit the narrative. Chaos was repackaged as structured conversation, and viewers could only laugh at the absurdity. Tyrus dropped lines and let their reactions do the work. Whoopi tried her classic "we owe nothing to anyone" routine, but the internet didn't buy it. Every glare, sigh, and dramatic pause was clipped, replayed, and memed endlessly. Tyrus reminded everyone, real confidence doesn't need applause. Agree with you. Fine. Disagree. Exiled. His calm roast landed harder than any shouting match could.
Oh no, nothing really comes to mind. I was like, shing. Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be. This should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last. They called him Hitler. They call these things. America rejected them, and instead of coming back and saying we lied, they instead are now doubling down. So let her keep doing it, because if she keeps that up, we're going to keep getting the Senate and probably the House and the White House, because people see right through your lies. So keep doing what you're doing. Game ball.
The impact was immediate. The illusion cracked. Whoopi's reaction was TV gold. The long exhale, the tilt of the head, the silent "here we go again," all tinged with frustration. Someone had finally called them out, and with more composure than expected. Tyrus's restraint was the power play. Each quiet jab landed like a shockwave, precise, controlled, impossible to ignore. The panel's confident monologues faltered, laughter sounded forced, and Tyrus achieved the impossible. He made the View look small without raising his voice. Dry humor did the work. One remark: daytime TV as jury duty, long, exhausting, inescapable. He didn't even need names. Everyone understood. Truth, silent but undeniable, had landed. Clips exploded online, pairing Whoopi's eye rolls with Tyrus's calm smirk, a rare moment of TV gold in real time.
It's not even that. In The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. Mm-hmm. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and was it Bette Midler? What's her name? Broke-ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back.
Tyrus didn't need to celebrate. He let the point play out. The View thrives on chaos, loud, constant, impossible to ignore. You could see Whoopi bracing for her usual "I've seen it all" act, but even she looked worn down. Humor beat anger. The battle ended before it began. Tyrus didn't attack, he revealed. By week's end, the panel acted like the whole incident was beneath them. But truth had already landed. Every nod to respectful dialogue reminded viewers of his quiet roast. Their biggest mistake. Responding and proving his point in the process. The panel became the punchline. Tyrus stayed composed, unmatched in the art of effortless takedown. Sometimes, the loudest moment in a room is the silence that follows when truth lands.
Problem is that you have to go after the racist people, and be the CEO goes, you know what, I'm not going to allow a woman on my show, or man, that will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people, and this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racist on TV who could just go all day and say anything about white people. And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home, white people at home during the day, that are not watching your show anymore. So just clean it up.
And the View couldn't let it go. The following episode opened with that staged calm, tight smiles, mugs raised, pretending they hadn't spent the night replaying Tyrus's words. Whoopi tried her trademark dramatic pause, but no one asked for it. They dropped vague references, speaking in code, showing just how rattled they were. Meanwhile, Tyrus likely enjoyed his coffee, unfazed. The harder they tried to appear unaffected, the clearer it became, they absolutely were rattled. 5 voices insisting on calm while proving the opposite. And the circle closed. Tyrus didn't need a follow-up, a victory lap, or a comeback. The View did the work for him. His quiet truth lingered, proving one line can shake an entire stage. Silence became the ultimate power.